News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-990 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Matthew Ursua, Pahrump Paradise, helping America settle the West again at homeandpahrump.com. Now with Nevada Realty.
Tonight, Nellis warns locals of increased air traffic, and a new restaurant tempts customers with free samples. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Red flag air combat exercises are in full swing. It's Wednesday, January 30th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Nellis Air Force Base is currently conducting red flag exercises. This is the first of the 3 scheduled this year. Red flag combines the United States and allied nations combat air forces in multiple intensive air-to-air combat scenarios. Southern Nevada residents may notice increased noise and air traffic from military aircraft as the Air Force conducts the Red Flag 19-1 exercises from January 26th to February 15th. More than 80 aircraft are scheduled to depart Nellis twice a day and may remain in the air for up to 5 hours during Red Flag. There may be night launches as well to allow air crews to train for nighttime combat operations. The Red Flag exercise is organized at Nellis Air Force Base and hosted north of Las Vegas within the Nevada Test and Training Range, the U.S. Air Force's premier military training area with more than 12,000 square miles of airspace and 2.9 million acres of land. With 1,900 possible targets, realistic threat systems, and opposing enemy force that cannot be replicated anywhere else in the world, Nellis and the Nevada Test and Training Range are the home of a peacetime battlefield, providing combat air forces with the ability to train and fight together, survive together, and win together. Red Flag gives aircrew an opportunity to experience advanced, relevant, and realistic combat-like situations in a controlled environment to increase their survivability in actual combat operations. It also prepares maintenance personnel, ground controllers, space and cyber operators to support those missions within the same tactical environment. And the next scheduled exercises are March 3rd through the 16th and July 14th through the 31st. The Tamale Place on South Highway 160 had a free tasting yesterday. Featuring homemade recipes, the owners hope that their new shop will be a big hit with the locals.
Well, it's a dream come true. We wanted to start a tamale place years and years and years ago with my mother's recipes. And so now that I moved here to Pahrump, I've been here almost 9 months. And my uncle decided, let's do it. You know, it's a dream. Yeah. And I said, let's do it. So here we are and enjoying every bit of it.
You're officially open on Thursday?
Yes, the 31st. We're going to be open from 7 to 6:30.
And so tamales for breakfast?
Tamales for breakfast, a cup of coffee with a sweet tamale.
Yeah?
Yes, we have the sweet tamales or the gourmet tamales. They're cinnamon raisin, strawberry, chocolate, pineapple, peach.
What other types do you have?
Beef tamales, pork tamales, a veggie tamale, which is green chilies and the veggies, and then I'm introducing a black bean veggie tamale also.
So you can order the tamales ahead of time.
Yes.
They freeze well. You can also order a larger quantity for your events, and there's a discount, right?
Yes, there is. There's the tamales are $2.50 a piece, and that's $30 a dozen. But if you buy the dozen, I deduct $5 off. Yeah, it's really good. And yes, you order ahead of time, and if there's something that you want to taste or you would like for me to make for you, that's the kind of kitchen I want to have. open, you know, if you say, can you make me chili rellenos? Of course. So I'll do whatever, you know, in reason, you know, I'll make your dream come true.
What makes your tamales special?
Well, my niece, the one she has the secrets from the recipe from the family that go way back, you know, in our Phoenix, Arizona. But she's got the recipes, and we want to do it. So,
Is there a different style or heritage that is behind the making of these tamales?
I think it's varied in the Mexican community. We do it Texas or Tex-Mex style, and that's different than California or any other state. So, yeah, it varies from state to state, and that's what we do.
So you're located right here on South Highway 160. What's the address here?
It's 3640 South Highway 160, and it's Unit 104. And you can't miss it because that tamale sign is that Seahawk green.
What's the hours of operation here?
7 to 6:30. Monday through Saturday, closed Sundays.
Well, the deep freeze in the Midwest takes a bite out of economic activity. Angela Miles reports in today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, the shockingly cold weather. More than 1,000 flights are canceled, and it's expected to be colder today in Chicago than Alaska or Mount Everest, as some traders are braving the deep freeze to get to work. Nationwide, 250 million people are enduring bitterly cold temperatures that are sweeping across the nation in a polar vortex. Now on to Apple. The iPhone maker turned in a mixed earnings report. The tech giant beat on earnings estimates by a penny, and revenue at $84.3 billion was better than the predicted $83.9 billion. But iPhone revenue was light. Apple's revenue from business in China fell 27% compared to a year ago. Apple still has plenty of cash on hand. At $245 billion, the company has promised to invest $350 billion in America during the next few years. Apple's also rushing to fix a bug in its FaceTime app, allowing callers to listen in.
Thanks, Angela. Well, the Nevada National Security Site is in the news once again. We'll tell you why that is after the break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. The Nevada National Security Site has been accused of firing a security guard for reporting a sexual assault. The New York Times story has caught the attention of the Nevada U.S. Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen, who want answers. Alleged victim Jennifer Glover said that she was assaulted in November of 2017 during a training exercise. Glover says that she was handcuffed, hit across the face with the butt of a gun, and then assaulted by at least 2 men. Glover said she has experienced harassment and sexism prior to the assault and filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission against 2 government contractors who provide security services for the Nevada National Security Site, Centera and SOC. The Times says as the story began to get public attention, officials at the security site were questioned about the assault, and Glover was then fired. The Nevada National Security Site says Glover was fired for scheduling infractions and taking a photo of her schedule, which SOC called company documents. According to the Times, Centera declined to comment, and SOC said that there were significant inaccuracies in the facts and premise. Well, here's Unette Gentry with this week's court report.
In this week's court report, Shandaro Marcel Thomas, the Pahrump man facing attempted murder, battery, and other related charges connected to a shooting in Pahrump back in July 2017 that left a man injured, admits to his actions and is now clean, according to the court, after initially testing positive for marijuana during his status check back in December. Thomas is even on court record admitting that he would test positive for marijuana during another prior court proceeding, which was a calendar call and drug testing back in November. During Thomas's latest court date and arraignment change of plea hearing, the court reviewed the case history and notes and states the defendant has been drug testing for the past month. Then the court notes that Thomas has been negative and is clean on the day of court. A change of plea, no contest, was then submitted to the court, and the court outlines the negotiations. Thomas waived the formal reading of the information, and the court canvasses the defendant, outlines the no contest plea for the record, and the maximum possible sentence. Thomas acknowledges, pleads no contest, and waives his constitutional rights to trial. The state sets forth the elements on the record. Then Thomas addresses the court and admits to the allegations. Then Thomas denies any request for continuance. The court finds the defendant's no contest plea to be given freely and accepts said plea. Defense waives the 14-day rule regarding the PSI report, but did request to receive that report 3 to 4 days prior to Thomas's sentencing hearing. Lastly, the court recites Thomas's OR release terms, and the court sets sentencing for April 12, 2019. As a final matter, Thomas's defense attorney, Brent Percival, requests for Thomas's drug testing to end. That's when the court admonishes Thomas regarding his past positive results, and the state concurs with the defense that drugs did not appear to have been an issue with the charges against Thomas, and is not opposed to ending random drug tests. However, the court decides to continue the random drug testing, but will reduce the frequency. Thomas will now be formally sentenced for attempted murder with use of a deadly weapon, battery with a weapon causing substantial bodily harm, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and robbery. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry, reporting for News 25.
Thanks so much, Unette. Well, the remains of former P-47 Thunderbolt aircraft pilot then assigned to the 66th Fighter Squadron of the 57th Fighter Group have been found and identified. 20-year-old Second Lieutenant James R. Lord has been missing in action since he crashed his aircraft August 10th of 1944 near the coast of Agiana, Corsica, while engaging in enemy gun emplacements in the Savona region of northwest Italy. During the summer of 2018, the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency underwater recovery team aboard the French Navy vessel BBPT Bluton performed recovery operations in the waters believed to be the crash site. This followed information provided by a local Corsican diver who located the wreckage of 2 P-47s in 2012. The team, which included U.S. and French personnel, excavated 150 square feet of seafloor residue and located human remains, aircraft wreckage, and personal belongings. More than 400,000 of the 16 million Americans who served in World War II perished during the conflict, and 72,766 remain missing. Of the missing are 24 members of the 57th Fighter Group. News 25 will return after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
A local man allegedly told police that he took a car that didn't belong to him from the gas station because he needed it for an emergency. Anthony Busey has been arrested for obstruction under the influence of a controlled substance and grand larceny. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched to 250 South Highway 160 Dottie's Casino here in Pahrump for a report of a suspicious person behind a pillar of the building. Upon arrival, they attempted to make contact with a male who was later identified as Anthony Busey. They said at that time he started running from police, who eventually caught up with him. Deputies say that Busey exhibited signs and symptoms of being under the influence of a controlled substance. During a search, deputies say that Busey had a set of car keys with a newer Chevy car key. Earlier in the day, police had recovered a stolen Chevy Cruze that did not have any keys with it. Deputies say that when speaking with Busey at the detention center following his arrest, he stated that he took the vehicle from the Rebel gas station because he was trying to get his sister and it was an emergency. Busey allegedly stated that he left the vehicle on an unknown street here in Pahrump. The report adds that test results came back presumptive positive for methamphetamine. Are you looking for a leg up on your kids' college tuition? The Nevada State Treasurer's Office is urging parents to enroll in its prepaid tuition program before Thursday's deadline for a chance to win a year of free college tuition for their child. If you enroll before January 31st, you are automatically entered into the giveaway with 2 winners randomly selected. The prepaid tuition program locks in today's in-state tuition rates with payment options starting at $39 per month. To find out more, you can go to the Nevada State Treasurer's website for the prepaid tuition program. BJ Hedrick-Irwin is at it again this past weekend. She held her annual Victorian Tea to recruit new contestants for this year's pageant.
This is time again. Can you believe it's time already for my Miss Senior Golden Years pageant of 2019? All you have to be is 60 and just want to join the best club she can ever be in, the sisterhood. And what it's all about is going back to this wonderful community of us. You have a platform. What are you going to do for the community? And so don't be frightened. You've raised your children. You've raised your husband. Now it's your turn, honey.
Do you have to be a beauty or have a talent?
No, absolutely, it's not a beauty contest. It's not a beauty contest. And you do have a talent. We find it. We will find talent. And don't be frightened. Just come and see what we're all about.
When's the pageant?
June the 8th at Saddle West Hotel and Casino.
Can't wait. Terry Rogers right now is Miss Senior Golden Years, and she's had a great reign.
It's going to be a hard shoes to fill. She's been absolutely fabulous. You saw the beautiful things that she can do. Yeah, very, very proud. All my queens are wonderful. It was fun, and it was loaded with people.
Yeah.
And we even had a gentleman here from England.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're over the age of 60 and you would like to become part of the Miss Senior Golden Years and compete, they can contact you how?
Could you give me a call, 727-7011.
Well, let's take a look outside on that weather cam and see what's in store. We'll have Michael Donahue here with your weather forecast.
News 25. Weather is brought to you by Pahrumph's best kept secret, Q Barbecue. Try it for yourself. Low and slow. Queued for 16 hours.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue. Today's highs. In Pahrump and Amargosa, it's 66 degrees, 10 degrees warmer and 77 in Death Valley, 64 in Beatty, 55 in Goldfield, Fallon, and Fernley, and 52 in Tonopah. For tonight, 43 degrees in Pahrump, 40 in Amargosa, 51 in Death Valley, 37 in Beatty, 29 in Goldfield, 28 in Tonopah and Fallon, and 30 in Fernley. Tonight in Pahrump, we're expecting cloudy skies, a low of 43 degrees, our average is 33. Sunset at 5:08 p.m. Winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour, gusts up to 9, and our humidity at 49%. For tomorrow, partly cloudy skies once again, a high of 63 degrees, a low of 43. Our UV index bumps down to 2. Sunrise at 6:45 a.m. Winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 9, and 36% for our humidity. Looking ahead to our 7-day, nothing but clouds all through next Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, the sunny skies are set to return. Temperature-wise, the pattern we've been seeing all week has not really changed. For the end of this week, our highs are going to be 63 and 64. And then through the weekend and next week, we're going to drop down to those 50s, just between 50 and 55 all week. Our overnights are seeing a very similar pattern. Thursday through the weekend, we're just going to be at 40 and 41 degrees. The exception is Friday, where our low will be 52. And then next Monday, we're going to drop down to those 30s, just between 32 and 37 degrees for that. So now back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks, Michael. Well, that wraps up Wednesday's edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio 103.1. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.